September 2017, some of you may remember a massive earthquake hit Mexico City. Hundreds of lives lost, buildings destroyed. The city was really in shambles. They needed help. The community needed to come together. And a few days after the disaster, YouTuber Juanita Zurita, Mexico City creator on YouTube, 8.5 million subscribers, posted a video and said, "Help my native city, help Mexico City, help us rebuild. It's been a terrible disaster. We have many people helping in the community to rebuild, place families, get people food and water and shelter. But I'm calling out to you, to my fans around the world, because I need your help. And I really, really want you to help me today and help me to raise money to help give back to the community and to help build these people and these families back up again." Within days, millions of dollars were raised, $1.5 million were raised. He used the hashtag #LoveArmyMexico. He put out the message, his fans put out the message and told their friends and families and followers to come and help out. And he raised this $1.5 million, which is able to create 50 new homes and place 50 new families. And it all happened in a matter of weeks. And this story is super important, and we love to talk about these stories, which happen all the time on YouTube in various communities and countries all around the world, in all different situations. But we look at this as a disaster which community comes together to help to solve or to support. But there's instances of this that happen every day when it comes to passion points, products creators love, or just topics that they're really excited about. It's that fan community that comes together to share something that they love with creators who they've taken a journey with time and time again. And we really on YouTube see that, and many of you see that as well in your channels, where fans come back and they really immerse with their favorite creators. And on YouTube, we really see continued growth when it comes to subscribers and when it comes to these communities. So even in this last year, YouTube, 12 years in the making or more, 15 years, 12 years in the making and growing as part of Google, there's now 75% more channels with 1 million subs than the year before. People have made it a daily habit, right? The daily active users we've seen even year over year up 100%. So people are subscribing now as a key lever that we made and changed to double down on subscribers and subscriptions, and many of you know this who are on YouTube. And people keep coming every day to find their favorite stars and creators, and they're like growing up with them on the platform, right? And they're seeing them evolve. And at the beginning, it was really about younger demos and younger audiences that were really leaning in. But now we see it across demographics, and we see the content continue to evolve as technology evolves, and the quality of that content begins to evolve as well. And these creator communities keep growing. But it's really that special two-way connection that fans make with their creators that's that special moment where brands have an opportunity to continue to be a part of. And so as FameBit and by YouTube, last year we came and talked about measurement in the space. We're gonna bring up a creator at the end to do an interview and talk about brand partnerships from their lens so you can hear directly from them. But we really feel strongly as a platform that we need to learn more about how these connections work and what the science behind it is so that you as brands can continue to benefit and capitalize on that really special connection that we know exists in droves in different formats at scale on our platform every single day. So we did some research with Canvas 8. We commissioned some research to kind of validate some of the things we already see in the performance metrics on how these brand creator collaborations work to really get to the heart of, number one, like maybe debunking some myths that are out there, but number two, to really kind of solidify our long-term strategy so that users on the platform can really love this content as much as brands love this content, and that creators really can develop and grow their channels over time and their franchises over time, like we're already seeing happening today. So the first piece of research, which is super compelling, is that fans, or what we found out, is that fans are much more interested in a creator's life than in their production quality. So we work with a lot of brands, and they have questions about how it's going to be produced and how it's going to look. But when you actually ask the fans, over 80% say, it doesn't really matter as long as it's coming from that special creator's voice that I know and love, right? And many creators post every day, some post once a week. Gemma does a video, Gemma Stafford, she's gonna come up later, does a video every Thursday. But they don't really care as much about how it looks. They care about what the creators are saying, and it's really them, right? Because it's really them as personalities that they connect with. But the research really confirmed this, that 80% had said didn't really matter as much. The second is that fans believe that brands should let the creator have control. And you hear this all the time, and we hear about the tug of war, and a few folks have already mentioned that. But at the end of the day, the users really feel strongly about that as well, with over 70% saying that they believe brands should let the creator have control. But what is it really? Is it control, or is it more a concept or a theme that resonates with what they're used to seeing and familiar with? You know, every day they come to these channels, and if users come and they feel like they're being sold something or it's an advertisement, it's really not the same as if a creator gets behind it in a way that's unique to them. And there's unlimited amounts of creativity on the platform. And when we actually put out, you know, the RFP to the creative community, it's amazing what we get back. So I always say, hey, like, we know you have a brand brief and a wrapper and you know, the things about your brand that you want to come to life, the utility of it, the message, the way you want it to feel. But let the creators develop that in their own voice and send the message. And you hear this all the time, but now the research actually backs it up. And finally, as we've been scaling the business and just working with lots of brands, you know, like Keurig and Canon and others, what we've also really realized is that if we're going to scale and we're going to make this a massive business on the platform, which we know will benefit creators and brands alike, we want to make sure that that connection isn't one that ultimately works against the creator, right? And that's kind of the position we're in as YouTube, is we actually want this to be something users like. We like to be able to, we want to be able to drive more watch time and more commitment to YouTube. And we know if we create too many of these and they just don't look great and they don't feel right, that at the end of the day, it's something that won't be sustainable long term, right? So what we found in the research, though, is that fans of YouTube creators, they actually love when creators partner with the right brand, because they're excited about that creator having the opportunity to make more money, but also do something that they believe in and promote something they believe in. And that's why the matchmaking process is super critical in that early stage process, where you really want to make sure that that fit really works. And when it does, and it feels right, and it feels natural, we see the benefits in the search lift and the brand lift and all the measurement tools, but we also know that it becomes great utility and great content for the user. So we're going to talk a bit about that later as well. So as you think about, and what we advise brands, as you think about investing in branded content, or whether you call it influencer marketing or integrations with creators, or however you frame what you're looking to do, you're really trying to reach an audience with an authentic message. And there's tons of endemic formats that are already there naturally, posting every day, once a week, twice a week. And if you could just fit into what's organically already being discussed and already being produced and already being put onto the platform for fans, you really have an amazing way to scale what would be something that traditionally you'd think is highly bespoke, labor-intensive, takes a while to make these branded content executions work. In fact, we're seeing the opposite. When creators produce the content 100%, integrate your brand in a native way, you can scale, and you can have a drumbeat of conversation in all of these places. So whether you're a Canon looking to unbox a new camera for the holidays to educate about your value package and some of the features of the camera, or you're a brand like Hershey's, who we've worked with, who wants to be able to get your special Hershey Kisses with the marshmallows inside. It's a great campaign, great product. And have every pastry chef and baker on the platform doing something unique with it come the holidays. You know, or you're a brand like Victoria's Secret, who says, I want to make pink successful, and I want to make this new line of products relevant with the next generation of young fashionistas. Why not just plug into the formats that are already there and be part of that conversation? We really believe that. So as FameBit, you heard last year about measurement and how we were doing a ton with measurement, but we wanted to make sure folks know the value proposition that we hope to bring to the market and to you, and that we're already bringing, and give you a sense of the pillars of what a partnership with us really means. And as YouTube, as the platform, we really think about access. So we really can and do, and part of our platform strategy is, with FameBit and YouTube together, is really giving you access to any creator that really makes sense for you and that their audience makes sense for you. Second, it's really about audience-based matchmaking. It's not only about a creator that may look and feel right or maybe be an endemic category, but are the people on that channel that are watching actually your in-market consumers and the ones that you actually want to take action afterwards. Next, I talked about measurement. So we did this year, if you remember last year, I talked about how the space was ripe for innovation and measurement. You hear a lot of folks talk about that. So this year we launched Search Lift, Brand Lift, View-Through Conversions for organic viewership. So we're bringing the accountability of ads measurement to organic. And we're already seeing massive results. And everyone in this room knows the benefits of branded content because we all work in the business. But what we see is tremendous when it comes to keywords that are being searched from the products right after the videos are watched. We had a 20x lift. And we're like, hey, product, run the numbers again. Seems really high. Nope, it's a 20x lift in search behavior on average in a meta-analysis we did back in Q1. After creators talk about or integrate brands into their videos, people go and search and they take action. And we also launched Survey Lift as well, which we're going to be releasing some stats on. Finally, product innovation. We all talked about that 2-click step to purchase. So if a creator's talking about a product, why can't a consumer just purchase from the page? So we launched shopping so that if you're a fashion creator talking about the new line of products from Victoria's Secret, as a user now, you can actually shop on the page from Victoria's Secret integrated onto that YouTube video. And we think this is a win for creators as well because they believe in the products, they're talking about the products, and now you can go shop, which really creates that seamless experience. And then finally, it's just integration with the bigger investment you may be making with us in Google and YouTube. How does this fit into my bigger buy? How do I think about reach and taking a consumer through that funnel? And how do I get lots of great assets and content so that I can put them in the right places at the right time? So thanks very much. We're really passionate about some of the innovation that we can bring in the space. We're passionate about creator-driven, creator-produced content. And that's why we invited Gemma Stafford to come up. She's a YouTube creator from Bigger Bolder Baking, and she's going to talk to me for a minute about this campaign, but also about the creative process and advice she has for you as brands. We're going to play a short video first, and I'm going to welcome Gemma and her husband, producer and director, Kevin, to the stage. Play the video, please.
Hi Beau Bakers, hi Beau Bakers, hi Bold Bakers. This is called Bigger Bolder Baking, not little weenie baking, so let's go big. Oh, that is some serious comfort food right there. You know when you're eating a dessert that's really decadent and you're actually finding it hard to breathe? Well, that's how I rate a good dessert. So easy to recreate yourselves at home, no matter how much of an experienced bold baker you are. I'll see you back here next Thursday for more Bigger Bolder Baking.
All right. Everybody please give a round of applause for Gemma Stafford. All right.
Anyone hungry?
I know, I heard that we're the last presentation before the break, so, but this will be really good. Everybody can get some.
They're going to be really engaged then.
Exactly. You guys have cupcakes? We hope you have cupcakes. So thanks for being here, guys. And obviously, we are super excited about the partnership that we've made with you. Let's jump right in and talk about your experience on the platform. So you've done lots of different brand integrations. What have you experienced over the last 5 years? Like, what's really changed for you and your channel? And obviously, you have a couple million subscribers now, yeah, which is fantastic. But can you talk a bit about that and that evolution for you?
It's a great question. 5 years ago, it was a different playing field. We found ourselves kind of educating the brand a little bit more about what we could do and like how we could help them. And it was tough. Like it took a lot of back and forth, and it took a lot of time and energy. And you know, it shouldn't be that hard. And 5 years later, after like knowing now how important influencer marketing is, brands are well versed on it, and they come to us now seasoned, they know more of what they want. Because once, to be honest with you, our biggest thing is once a brand knows what they want, that's where we can help. If you don't know what you want, it's very difficult for us to deliver, deliver for you. So I think the education over the last 5 years has really helped. And now when we work with brands, it's a faster and through FameBit, it's a faster process. It's more seamless, and it's easier. It's easier for everybody.
So my background is on the brand side. And so I've had the opportunity to run a lot of major entertainment franchises and really think about not just the short term, but think about 30 years, 50 years, think about the future. And the thing that a lot of brands didn't realize early on is that's exactly how we've thought about Bigger, Bolder Baking, how we've thought about Gemma's career. And so when we were thinking about doing all of this, it was really focus on the fan, thinking about fans for life, really trying to create a community. And so we actually, for the first 2 years, said no to a lot of brand deals. We were hemorrhaging money, bootstrapping this ourselves, but it just wasn't the right fit. And a lot of brands knew that they wanted to do influence marketing, they just didn't know why. Yeah. And so that's a big change that we've seen over the years.
Yeah, and so let's talk about the Keurig campaign a little bit. So we've done a few different campaigns together, but we wanted to talk about Keurig today. We have a video we can show you after. Talk about how you integrated that, and we'll see a video, but what was different about that kind of partnership that we had, and can you talk about how you kind of integrated it in a unique way? How you made it relevant, right? Because you're a baking channel,
exactly.
But Keurig's a coffee company.
Yeah,
so,
so what am I doing? How did I, what are you doing with the coffee machine? That's a really great question. So this was through FameBit, and when you guys came to us, you had the brand aligned and what they wanted, which is great. And then it was kind of an open, come back to us with what you think is the best integration for this. Yeah. The most organic way that you can integrate this into a video. The less prescriptive a brand is, the better your campaign. The better, you're going to be happier with the results. It's much harder when trying to control every little step and things like what a person is wearing to like what they're using and all this sort of stuff. So the more we can do, see, because like we're storytellers as well. We've got our own brand and we're trying to protect our brand and your brand. Yeah. And we want your campaign to succeed as much as you do.
And our answer to that was, how do we give utility to the fans? How do we give value to the fans? And how do we give the fans something that they normally don't see on a daily basis? And so that ended up being the concept for the video that we did with Keurig.
How do you know, obviously when you talk about utility, which is huge, right? And we were talking backstage about how you didn't even know a lot of the elements of Keurig, and when you found out, you were really excited.
Yeah.
And your fans were excited. Like, how did they respond when they were exposed to the integration?
We got amazing feedback. It's funny because you really need to let the influencer experience the product for themselves, whatever shape or form it comes in. I was saying to Beau that Keurig doesn't just do coffee machines, and they do a whole pile of different things like bone broth and soup and hot chocolate, apple cider. I've got all of them in my house, chai tea, green tea. They don't, those are the things that after having the machine for a while, like I know, and we did our partnership and that was over. I really love my machine. We use it every day with our team. And on my social media, I'm always posting, when I found out that they did like Starbucks hot chocolate K-cups, I was like posting all of those. And now they do, did I say that already, a bone broth? Right. Yeah. And it's really, really fantastic.
Well, and part of what Jem was saying as far as us discovering the brand, us discovering the product, it also allows us to tell multiple stories. So not just a one and done, not just a one-off, but how do we do something on an ongoing basis where we get the engagement, but we also get that continued reach and frequency.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's do a short video. I know that we have a limited time and everyone's waiting to go to a break. We'll do a short video of the highlight, and then we'll have a couple more questions about it.
So you don't normally see me like this, but today I am going to show you a behind the scenes look at the filming of a Bigger, Bolder Baking episode. And we're also going to make my best ever oatmeal and raisin cookies. But for right now, I've got to go get ready. Ta-da! I'm ready to rock and roll. So as you can see, it takes a team of people working behind the scenes here at Bigger, Bolder Baking to make each and every episode. And let me tell you, that team drinks a lot of coffee. This video was sponsored by Keurig to introduce the new K-Cafe Coffee House brewer. This brewer saves me a lot of time on shoot mornings because I can make my favorite coffee, a latte or a cappuccino all at home. It's like having a personal barista at your fingertips. Just brew, froth, enjoy. I'm good to go. Let's make our oatmeal and raisin cookies.
Right, so something so simple in some ways where it feels, hey, you're not baking with coffee.
Yeah.
You're caffeinating. Your fans know you really well. We talked about some of the comments, and they were kind of like, "This is cool. Like, I never thought about like a Keurig, or like maybe I should go buy one." Like you had just mentioned about what happens next? And how do you see something like this like continuing to evolve, right? Because we talked about how the different ways you can incorporate it would be in the future. And so talk a bit about that, right? And how you bring it to life.
Yeah.
You know, on the
To answer your question,
creative process.
yeah, like I didn't really answer your question earlier. So working with FameBit was the first time we were actually able to get out of the kitchen. Everything else, everybody, other brand that has come to us has been baking related, in the kitchen, food related, and being doing the job that we do and being on all different platforms, we're so much more than that. And our fans are very much involved in our life, and they know Kevin, and they know Waffles, our dog, and they know everything that's going on, and they know when I'm in Ireland, and they know when I'm doing something. And it's so, like, what's a great way to bring this into art, like to tell our story, you know? And it was a behind the scenes video that was the hook for this. And because we don't do a lot of behind the scenes stuff, for YouTube especially, we keep it very much like a traditional cooking show. So this was like a little treat for the audience. So they said, wow, I didn't know that like the Keurig made those machines, because you had a frother with it as well. And it was really great to see it behind the scenes, because we don't show them the team either. And just, they know that they're there and we speak to them, but it was one of the opportunities we said, like, let's think a little bit outside the box here. And then when we said it to Keurig, to FameBit, to Keurig, they said, great, fantastic. Like, absolutely, like I could have put it into a recipe.
Right.
But I think it was just as effective doing it this way.
So it allowed you to like essentially give your fans behind the scenes, which is kind of like what they wanted,
Yeah.
because they really enjoy that aspect of the videos that you do, and then use Keurig as a way to show, hey, did you know I drink a lot of coffee?
Yeah.
And my home tea does, and let me tell you what it's like to, you know, produce a video at bigger, bolder baking.
Yeah.
Which is super cool.
And whatever you call it, I mean, influencer marketing, creatives, or creators, it's about the trust. Like, it's about the trust. And first and foremost, again, Gemma's a professional chef. The audience has learned to trust her, and they want to see her succeed. They want to see us succeed when we're working with brands, and we get that sort of feedback directly from our audience. It's not about selling out. It's about us actually growing that brand. And ultimately, again, because the fans know that we're going to be there then for the long term.
It's awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here today, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.